All right, everyone. So Triple H, I thought, had a pretty funny response when asked about the, buffering and Netflix and all of that. And this is what he had to say. Triple H was asked about potential buffering issues for when WWE Raw moves to Netflix in 2025. And this is what he said. If our first night buffers and they come and say it was 60 to 70 million households watching, I'll be good with the buffering. So, great response by Triple H in that sense. And part of this is, well, he's telling the truth, is that they're probably not all that upset about it because I think they understand that the Jake Paul thing was it was a huge, huge event that maybe they didn't expect to get as many people. It's not an excuse for Netflix to have paying customers not be able to watch it because of buffering, but it makes sense that WWE wouldn't be freaking out about it. And the other part of this is, you're just starting this partnership with this company. You don't want to start out by just, throwing them under the bus like, well, they better not have buffering issues when we get there. You're not going to do that kind of stuff. You're going to take this road. And I think, Netflix, if they're bringing WWE in, they're a massive company. They'll be able to figure this thing out. And if they don't, that is going to be a debacle of epic, epic proportions. But I think they'll be able to handle it. Maybe they have problems night one, but at the same time, I think they should be able to handle it. Now, with that being said, and playing the devil's advocate to the point that I just made, I do think it's important that Netflix night one delivers because people are just tired of these streaming services. It's like I think it's more with sports, but they're tired of the streaming services having sports. You got to have them all to watch all the sports, and then you just feel like the experience isn't as good on these places. And so, for wrestling fans who are hardcore and they like watching, wrestling, and they're not going to be want to wait and deal with buffering. They were going to want their Monday Night Raw, especially because it's going to be jam packed with all great stuff that they have for the premiere. Start off on a good foot. Meaning if you're expecting X amount of people to be watching, make sure you can handle, I don't know what the cost is and I don't want to pretend I know, but, two times it, okay? Just do what you have to do to make sure that wrestling fans will get a good experience because if they don't, sure, they're still going to come back. They're still going to watch Raw, but you don't want the first thing that fans know about WWE Raw on Netflix being a disaster, and because I think this Netflix thing has a huge opportunity for WWE to bring in a new audience and not only bring in a new audience, but it allows you to easily get your audience to go elsewhere. And so, like, let's say, because if you're watching a USA Network, right? So you're watching Raw, and then after that, someone's like, "Oh, hey, I was just flipping the channels. I kind of like that." Well, now they got to take 2, 3 steps to go find other wrestling content, right? Whereas on Netflix, if you're putting a lot of the WWE library on there and you're putting old wrestling things, old pay-per-views, documentaries, all of this kind of stuff, they can easily just say, okay, this is where it is. They don't have to go searching for it. It's all right there. And so I think there's a huge, huge thing here. They just got to be able to deliver on it. And I think Netflix will be able to do it. And I think Triple H has the right thinking is that if 60 to 70 million people tune into it, they'll be fine with that. So thank you all for watching.